everyone, welcome to my workshop, which is in Suffolk, and it's where I hand make all my signature silver pieces. So I'm going to give you a bit of further insight into the collection of sale pieces and tell you a bit about the inspiration, the techniques I used to make the piece, as well as any distinguishing features such as the gilding or what's on the base. So I hope you enjoy. So the first piece I'd like to talk about is the Birds in Flight vase, which is this one. It's in my signature style and has lots of detailed hand chasing, hand engraving and chisel engraving. And these were techniques taught to me by Malcolm Appleby back in 2009 when I went to his workshop as part of the Bishop's Land course. So it's inspired by my daily beach walks, features birds in flight over the rolling waves of the Suffolk coast. And this is more towards the base of the vase. You see all the chased waves, and there's fish within the waves as well. And then it all spirals into a engraved motif on the base, which is of a planet showing the oceans with fine engraving. So it's quite a nice bulbous form, this vase. And then this is the base with the engraved planet there on the base, and also with my hallmarks just dotted within the chasing there. And then show you the top half is the birds, which are mainly chisel engraved, so it gives quite a scintillating effect when you turn it in different lights. And then the sky is more kind of subtle texturing and chasing. The waves have a slightly oriental theme or feel to them. So there's a great deal of work in this piece. It's the inside. So the second piece is the Falling Leaves box. So this is a newer piece, and it's more delicate chasing and engraving. It was a collaboration with a box maker, and it has leaves interspersed throughout the design on the top and the sides. And then on the base there's 3 gilded leaves. One has my signature as well as the hallmarks on it, and then the whole piece is textured with a very satisfying tactile texture, which makes it very kind of easily cleaned. There won't be any kind of fingerprints to clean away with this texture. This is the inside with some lemon gold gilding and a satin finish. And then the lid fits on one way because the waves are in a kind of wavy pattern all the way around the join, so it fits on one way, and the leaves cross over the join as well. So the third piece is the bloom bowl, this one here, and it's a very tactile piece with very bold chasing, and the waves, kind of the relief here fits in your fingers nicely. This is an open flared form, whereas I usually do more closed shapes, and it's done on a softer pitch to get more relief. So you can see inside the depth of the chasing. It has a slightly wavy top as well. It's chased with petals, a double layer of petals. The next piece, the Magnolia Tumbler, is actually just about to go into an exhibition at the new Ashgate Gallery in Farnham, So if you are interested in that piece, then just let me know as soon as you can, and I will stop it from going in the exhibition on the 17th of June. But that has lots of low relief chasing, and it's also my signature style of chasing interspersed with gilding. So the next piece is the Ripple Tumbler, which is this one. Well, it's more of a beaker actually, and this is considerably more work than it looks. So the deep forming, it was done on bespoke wooden tools and with wooden formers, and so I kept the chasing quite simple, although the waves which run throughout the piece, this was one of the most time consuming aspects of it, was actually stopping out with the lacquer all around the lines to be gilded. So it's very fiddly, and the same for the Magnolia tumbler as well. It's a very time consuming process. And the next piece is the gold vein tumbler. This is a newer piece as well, and it has these veins which are like the veins of rock formations. So when gold is found, there's veins, and it's inspired by that, the mining of gold. So it has a very satisfying texture, which is kind of like ripples, and then continues all the way down to the base where the hallmarks are. And the hallmarks on the Ripple Tumbler also meet in a kind of spiral with my signature there as well. So the next piece is the Radiance Tray, which is this one. And this was actually a piece which I did to try out the chasing for the Radiance centrepiece, which was commissioned by the Goldsmiths Company. And I wanted to get the finish right, so to see how the overall finish would look in these waves, these grooves. So I sanded and polished the whole thing, and it's the back was actually chased first. So the back has the fine lines, and the front has the repoussé, which is usually done from the back. So you can see the side profile, it's very gently waved, and then the middle is higher. So this is the compact version of the centrepiece, and it has the same dynamic feel as the larger piece, and it also has an abstract feel to it, full of movement. And the hallmarks are sort of interspersed within these waves here. And the next piece is the scroll bowl. This one here. I actually prefer the inside of it than the outside. The gold looks really sumptuous with all those waves, and within a vessel the gold often looks kind of a deeper colour because of the reflections inside. So this was very time consuming to mark out this chasing, especially on a curved form, because obviously the scrolls needed to get smaller and smaller as the bowl got smaller towards the base. And this is an ancient S-scroll pattern, so movement's a really big theme here. It has a wavy top, and then the hallmarks are the central element in the base. The next piece, the lily leaf vase. This is good for one flower or bud, and I actually have two more available to commission. I do enjoy making smaller practical pieces that have a beautiful form, and past commissions in sets of 3 bowls, for example, they draw from different flowers. So in this case the 2 more could be adapted to different flowers. Some I'd like to explore are canna or stargazer lilies, irises, snowdrops, fritillaries, and many more. And on the base of this piece there's a double layer of petals, and then my signature is in one of them with the hallmarks in each of the outer layer of petals, and then it's gilded on the inside as well. The Wavy Tumbler is this one, and it's a simpler style. Many of my pieces are very detailed, so I was trying something with more space. I've had commissions with this style of chasing. I do love exploring the tumbler forms and making different permutations to create each individual piece. So this is created as a kind of an evolution of my tumblers. So this is practical and decorative, a gift for a lifetime. And there's the inside, nice spiral effect with the gilding, and the marks are in the spiral as on the base. The leaf vein and vein tumblers are these ones. So most of my pieces are quite textured, so I wanted to try some with a more smooth backgrounds for a different effect. And some clients do prefer a more highly polished look, so it might go more with your decor or kind of your general style. And with these I was looking at vein formations in rocks as well as leaf veins in this one. The hosta leaf dish, the medium bowl, is this one, and it's a very versatile bowl, simple and contemporary, and I was reducing leaf veins down to their simplest pattern with a focus on form. So these dishes could be used for truffles or snacks or nibbles. The small hosta leaf bowl is this one, and the smaller ones fit in the palm of your hand very well. They're quite satisfying. And this one, the hallmarks are actually on the stem here on the inside, and on the larger one they are around the outside on the edge. The engraved wave bowl is another piece which is going into the Ashgate Gallery, the new Ashgate Gallery exhibition. But those are very popular bowls for Christmas and birthday gifts or wedding anniversaries. Many have been commissioned with different chasing, a bit like the tumblers, and they're always evolving. So they allow me to delve ever deeper into patterns that I love. The cloud letter opener, this is kind of Japanese style engraving and very bold engraving on the back. I can send a picture of the back if you're interested in this one. So I did a Japanese, well, more Oriental inspired works, a blog about this. It details more about the inspiration that I've drawn from both contemporary and ancient Japanese culture and aesthetics. So you might want to have a look at that if you're interested in this type of style. The snowflake spoon is also going into the new Ashgate Gallery, so if you're interested in that, then you can let me know as soon as possible and I'll stop it going into the exhibition and swap it with some other piece. These butterfly spoons, one slightly larger bowl and one slightly smaller. These are small examples of fine engraving, and they have butterflies engraved on the bowls. They're good gifts for nature lovers. And following on from the snowflake designs, you can commission different motifs to suit your personal tastes. I like to research new ideas, so I'm open to suggestions. So the last pieces are the ocean napkin rings, which are early pieces, and I was exploring waves and a similar kind of design to my deluge centerpiece, and these would be great wedding or birthday or anniversary presents. So you can see they're chased all the way around with some gilding as well. And these were pierced from one sheet of metal, so they actually sort of fit together like this. And they have gilded interiors as well. This is just an extra bit about stock pieces which I have, which could be commissioned. So the back here we have some bud vases, and this vessel here on the end was actually a spare one which I had, which I made a small cream jug from. So I have a small cream jug and sugar bowl set on my website gallery, and this was going to be another one of those for stock, but I never made it into one, so I thought I'd wait until it would be commissioned first. And then we have a large bowl at the back, which I do have ideas for. I'm just about to start doing it when I finish my current commissions. And I have two waved beakers here. One I've started and haven't had time to finish, and another one is open to any design, so that's filled with pitch already, which you can see. I need to clean that up. I have another larger bowl here, so this is a kind of lovely closed form, could be a bowl for chocolates or fruit or something. And this is a very heavyweight tumbler bowl. It's hand raised and it's nice and heavy at the bottom, and sits nicely, doesn't fall over when you rock it, obviously. These are some more of the tumblers, like the Wavy Tumbler and the Magnolia Tumbler, or the Gold Vein Tumbler, sorry. And here's one of the smaller ones, so like the leaf vein one and the vein tumbler, that's another one like that. And these are two boxes which could be open to commission with any style of chasing. So this is a similar one to the Falling Leaves box, ready to be chased, and it's bigger than the Falling Leaves one. And then these are two truffle trays which I've started, which haven't had time to finish as well. So these are all the pieces which could be available for commission if anything takes your fancy.